the WTA prize money wasn't the real story. What unfolded at Indian Wells left an entire stadium in stunned silence. In Stadium 1, packed with over 16,000 roaring fans, Eala delivered a breakthrough victory over world number 4 Coco Gauff in a moment nobody saw coming. She had just reached the biggest milestone of her young career, defeating not only a top-ranked opponent, but also a former doubles partner and familiar rival. The spotlight was hers, the cameras were fixed, and then everything shifted when she turned toward Gauff, not as an opponent anymore, but with concern and emotion that went beyond competition. On March 8th at Indian Wells, California, inside one of the biggest tennis stadiums in the world, the match transformed from a statement win into something far more human. Eala had been in full control, breaking Gauff repeatedly in the opening set, winning 5 straight games, taking the first set 6-2 and leading 2-0 in the second. But then the momentum changed when Gauff began suffering intense pain in her left arm, later describing it as like fireworks exploding inside, making it unbearable and forcing her to seek medical attention at the net. In that moment, with 16,000 fans watching in silence, the atmosphere shifted completely. Flags stopped waving, noise faded, and celebration turned into concern. Eala, standing in the biggest win of her career, no longer looked like a pure victor, but someone caught in an emotional and unexpected reality of sport, later reflecting that it was still a huge moment for her to compete at Stadium 1 against such a great competitor, and that she was grateful and happy to be there, even as the memory of that match became about more than just victory. But the cameras captured what her words couldn't fully hide. Eala approached Gauff at the net not in celebration, but with genuine concern, following her as she gathered her belongings and listening as Gauff explained the severity of her arm pain, apologizing for how the match had ended in such an unexpected way. In that quiet exchange, something rare unfolded, sportsmanship beyond competition, a moment that made the entire tennis world lean in. Because this wasn't just about one match in Indian Wells, it was part of a much bigger story. Earlier in Miami 2025, Eala had already begun rewriting her career narrative with a stunning run, defeating world number 2 Iga Swiatek and taking down Grand Slam champions Madison Keys and Elena Rybakina, earning over $332,800 in prize money, not as the point, but as proof that she belonged at this level. At Indian Wells, she pushed even further, advancing deeper than ever before, where even the round of 16 carried significant earnings of $78,000. Yet she made it clear in her post-match interview that money was never the focus. Instead, standing before a still processing crowd of 16,000 fans, she spoke with composure, saying it wasn't the level she wanted, but a step in the right direction, before pausing to acknowledge the moment with a heartfelt message for Women's Day, thanking the women who paved the way, and specifically honoring Coco Gauff as an amazing competitor and role model, wishing her a swift recovery. Then, turning emotional, she dedicated words to her mother in the stands, crediting her for shaping the person she had become, a moment that triggered a wave of emotion across the stadium. The crowd erupted, the broadcast struggled to capture the full weight of the scene, and as the applause faded, what remained wasn't just a match result, but a viral moment defined by respect, gratitude, and humanity that extended far beyond the court. Her left arm was wrapped, her expression carrying the frustration of an athlete who hates nothing more than being forced to stop mid-competition. Still, she tried to take her time as she approached her opponent, not as a defeated rival, but as someone showing respect to a vanquished competitor. Eala walked toward Coco Gauff with calmness, even though the moment carried immense weight. They had shared more than just a match. They had history. They had played doubles together at the 2025 Italian Open, trained side by side at the Rafa Nadal Academy ahead of the Australian Open, and bonded over the shared experience of being young, being watched, and carrying the pressure of global expectations. Now, on the biggest stage of Eala's career, she wasn't just facing an opponent, she was facing a friend. As she reached Gauff, the two locked eyes, not with tension, but with a quiet understanding that went beyond competition. Eala leaned in and spoke softly, words that microphones couldn't fully capture, later pieced together by lip readers and observers, reflecting concern rather than celebration. No arrogance, no triumph, only respect in a moment where victory felt secondary to humanity. To understand why this moment resonated so deeply, you have to go back to how their connection began. It started with a simple Instagram message ahead of the 2025 Italian Open, when Eala boldly asked Gauff to be her doubles partner. It was an unexpected request, but Gauff accepted. And what followed was a surprising partnership that carried them to the quarterfinals against top competition. That result was never the real story. The real story was the bond formed on clay courts between two young players from different worlds who understood the loneliness and pressure of professional tennis. From practicing together before the Australian Open to exchanging messages after wins and losses, their friendship grew naturally over time. They supported each other quietly, even joking publicly on social media after tournaments, showing a connection that fans rarely see between competitors. And now, in Indian Wells, that friendship transformed a post-match moment into something unforgettable, where rivalry faded and mutual respect took center stage. It's a friendship that completely defies the traditional narrative of sports rivalry. In theory, these two should be rivals in every sense, competing for the same titles, the same ranking points, the same sponsorships, and often standing on opposite sides of the biggest stages in the world. Yet when Coco Gauff told Alex Eala at the net in Indian Wells that she was playing great, she meant it sincerely, and when Eala applauded Gauff off the court, she meant that too. That isn't just sportsmanship, it's something far rarer in elite competition. Genuine friendship in a sport that usually tries to erase it. But the moment didn't end there. After the stadium slowly emptied, with only a few witnesses remaining as security and officials managed the aftermath, reports emerged that the exchange continued behind the scenes for several minutes. One observer even noted how the emotional weight of the match lingered, with Eala reflecting that it felt like one of her best performances of the tournament, despite the unusual ending, according to sources from both camps. Eala then did something deeply personal, something no prize money could equal. Not the $78,000 earned for her run in the tournament, nor the earlier earnings from reaching the quarterfinals of the ASB Classic in Auckland, but something symbolic she had received weeks earlier, a commemorative token marking her breakthrough achievement. It wasn't a Grand Slam trophy or a WTA title, but it represented her journey, and she chose to place it into Gauff's hands. "I want you to have this," she reportedly said. "You helped me get here. Your message before my first WTA quarterfinal meant everything." Gauff's response was simple but powerful. "You're going to have so many more of these. You won't even remember this one." The two then embraced, not the brief, polite hug of competitors, but a warm, lingering embrace between two young athletes who truly understand each other. The moment quickly spread online, with fans calling it emotional, surreal, and one of the most human exchanges ever seen in professional tennis. Hashtags like friendship over rivalry began trending as viewers reacted to what they had witnessed. Meanwhile, Eala's performance in the tournament pushed her further up the WTA Live rankings, breaking into the top 30 for the first time in her career, marking not just a sporting milestone, but the continuation of a rising journey built on both competition and connection. She proved that her victories over top players like Madison Keys and other Grand Slam champions were not flukes, but a clear sign of her rising level. Yet, the moment that truly defined her tournament was not a winner, not an ace, and not a highlight reel shot. It was a choice. A choice to prioritize friendship over pure victory. Coco Gauff, for her part, recovered from the arm injury and later returned to the tour at the Miami Open, where she faced Elena Rybakina and continued her season while speaking about Eala with nothing but respect and praise. "She's a class act," she said. "I'm sorry to make her wait, but I'm lucky to call her a friend." The tennis world took notice, because this was not the usual rivalry narrative. This was something different. something that did not fit neatly into headlines or rankings. It was a friendship that refused to be consumed by competition, a bond that survived pressure, travel, and the constantly shifting geography of the WTA Tour. Beyond the rankings, trophies, and prize money, moments like Indian Wells revealed something deeper, that behind every athlete are human beings far from home, chasing results, but still capable of grace. Eala's gesture on International Women's Day, and her words after the match, became more than just a viral moment. It felt like a reminder that even in a sport often described as a battlefield, there is still space for respect, gratitude, and humanity. She acknowledged the difficulty of the match, noting how her opponent had adjusted and played more aggressively compared to their previous encounters, while also crediting the experience for teaching her valuable lessons about momentum and resilience. In the end, after the cameras stopped rolling, reports suggested a quiet exchange between the two, an appreciation that went beyond competition, including a small personal gesture linked to her ASB Classic run, symbolizing friendship over rivalry. And in that moment, the message was clear. Sometimes in tennis, what matters most is not what happens on the scoreboard, but what remains between two people after the match is over.